everybody, your fellow Americans or fellow Massachusetts constituents, who you are, what your name is, why you're here. How has COVID-19 affected your life experience slash how are you dealing with life as of recent before all this rah-rah about the pandemic?
Alright, well, my name is Jeremy Blank. People call me Remy out here. I didn't like my full name being broadcast in public. The long and short how I got here is some poor decisions have resulted in my choices being limited to a very small number of options, one of which is living on streets here in Boston without a job or a home. It's very difficult to obtain a job or a home. So I've been stuck out here for 3 years, and the only break I've had is me going to jail for several months at a time for minor petty crimes, like, driving offenses or trespassing. There was one violent incident, but I'm wrongly accused of that. Anyhow, the other question about COVID, I was in jail for most of the COVID experience. I just got out in May. And,
congrats on being free. Congrats on being free.
Oh yeah, that'll probably, I'll have to go back to jail at some point, I think. It's my word against another's, and my word is not too good. So, you'd asked me about the comment I made about the 4 types.
Yeah, so in a place like Methadone Mile, or in general when it comes to the streets and trying to survive when you have nowhere else to go, you said there's 4 types of people. Now explain to your fellow Americans what those 4 types of people are, and how do their fates usually end up in an environment like this.
Well, I'm not suggesting that there are only 4 types, but...
No doubt, but just in general, when it comes to how to maneuver around slash who's on the top of the chain, who's not.
Well, simplifying things, yeah, 4 people. You got the people who struggle to keep their head above water, and they're homeless and they're out on the streets because they have no other options. They have no other answer. They don't have the capability to get the things that most people want to have. On the opposite end of that, you've got people, which I consider myself, people who are capable of getting out of here and doing other things, and I'm here by choice. I choose to live on the streets. I could do something else. I will do something else if God willing, I get the opportunity. And then you've got the people who are profiting, and people who are sacrificing. Within those 4 subsets, you can fit 90%, 95% of the people there if you wanted to simplify their situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not profiting, and I'm here by choice.
Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
But it sounds to me like even though you are here by choice, it's not necessarily all voluntary and out of free will. It's just more out of like you made some choices and that kind of limited your overall scope of future choices because of the consequences.
Well, 3 years ago I had a house, 5 cars registered in the driveway, insured, 2 bikes in the driveway. I could eat wherever I wanted. My bills weren't paid on time, but I could have paid them on time if that was something I did. After becoming addicted to opiates, that's how I can really. That's the real main arrow in my situation.
Yeah.
The opiate addiction took me very quickly from the things I just mentioned, having my own business, and going to work every day, to where I am today. It's none of those things, no possessions. The last week I had everything I own, which would be a backpack, a bicycle, stolen 3 times. Everything I own, 3 times, which makes it very difficult. But that happens so often to me that I've become quite adept at coming back from that. I'm really good at getting $50 in my pocket from having nothing, from thin air, because that's basically the main requirement that I need to get a nice bag of dope. So, I can get $50. Anything over that, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
something different.
Well, I feel like not even just because of this conversation we're having, but just the fact that you're still continuing to open yourself up to people, even random faces like myself who you can tell are not from around here, but just like not closing yourself off completely emotionally from the world. Like, yo, that's the first step, and I just want to encourage you to like keep fighting and shit like that.
Oh, I definitely do. That's I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm in a minority group of people now, but of people that I consider my moral compass well adjusted. I make decisions based on what I think is right and not on what's going to help me. I don't justify doing bad things to other people because they were done to me, and because of those choices, I'm still able to hold my head up high. I'm not proud of who I am necessarily right now, but I know who I am and I know why I've done the things that I do. And I'm here to help people if they need it. I'll stand up for somebody that'll stand up for themselves, you know?
Likewise.
If I see somebody doing something wrong, not always will I stand up and do something about it, but if the situation calls for it, you know, I've been known to, you know, sacrifice my own skin for the sake of someone I don't know, you know?
Same. It's a tough choice to make.
Yeah, it's alright. I've learned a lot since I've been out here. The class war that people talk about, you know, like the haves and the have-nots.
Yep, the ultimate war.
Well, I came from a very, I don't want to bring my family into that, they would kill me. So I'll just say I come from a financially stable family.
Yep.
I know what it's like to be on the right side of the tracks, if that's, you know, if there is the wrong side.
Doesn't mean everyone's a silver spoon automatically, doesn't mean everyone's spoiled, doesn't mean everyone has it easy. It just, everyone has a different foundation.
Well, my perspective's unique in that I've seen both sides.
Yeah.
I've lived on, you know, with the golden spoon, so to speak, and I've lived, you know, eating out of a dumpster, once again, figure. So, actually, literally a couple of times.
So what would you tell to the golden or the silver spoons that feel like they have nothing to lose, but in reality, like, they're not going through what people out here go through? Or what would you have as advice for people in that background who, even if they have certain material things, they're just so deep in a hole because of other things in their circumstance that blocks their logic and ability to reason? Like,
well, there's two different kind of questions. You're talking about the paralysis that occurs when someone's overwhelmed with their life's situation.
Yep.
And then you also refer to people who have being
First things first.
feeling like they have nothing to lose. I don't know what you mean by that.
Let me turn around.
so I guess in the sense, because of that paralysis, like feeling like
Okay.
despite all the material or physical advantages, they're doomed either way because their paralysis keeps them from seeing a bigger picture, or it blocks them from being able to like navigate a way out of their head to make a way. What advice would you have for those people?
I would tell those people that, well, I wouldn't tell them this, but their parents and their upbringing is the cause for the results that they have of being paralyzed. These kids need to realize that their future is in their own hands, that every decision they make has an effect, that things really do count, that you can make a difference, that if you don't imagine and you don't make your reality happen, it won't. You know what I mean? Somebody else's dream, somebody else's idea will stomp right over yours, and
niggas just never know what happens to it, huh?
you have to be taught this. You have to have someone that tells you, listen, you know, you're important, your life matters, and you know, do what you think is right. If you have somebody telling you that you don't matter, your choices are irrelevant, you know, whatever you do, you're going to have this fate anyways. Yeah, you may have this fatalistic, I can't do anything attitude.
But like you said, it all starts with choice, right?
Well, I think it starts with success or failure, you know? To just try at the beginning is everything, you know? You gotta fail to have success. You know? And the more you fail, the more you want success. And once you actually have success, that really feeds the desire and the energy and the will to go on and get more. So yeah, I think these kids need to realize that the world that they want to live in is still being designed as they live today, you know, and it's their job to make a difference. Every generation has to step up, whether it's to be a soldier, whether it's to be a humanitarian, whether it's to be public spokesperson, or the guy who puts the oranges, the apples in your bag at Stop and Shop. Everybody counts, everybody's important, and everybody can make a difference, you know. I don't know who you and I are, you know, but we're hopefully making a difference right now somehow. Somebody listens.
You know anybody looking,
or
fuck, I'm trying.
Did you say fuck?
Yeah, so fuck, I'm trying.
I guess, you know, that's not a big
oh my
deal.
God, I have some of
When I was growing up, you couldn't say shit like that on TV.
Oh, that's where it was.
I grew up cursing like a sailor, but like you said, it's your foundation that influences how you go about life and society and stuff. But to my defense, I feel like my profanity has allowed me to be very blunt and articulate myself in a way that people cannot BS their way around.
I could probably bullshit you if I needed to, sure. Anybody can be bullshit.
But you still have to say bullshit.
True, I don't mind saying it.
Good.
There's a lot of bullshit around here that I don't agree with, but you seem like a really well-rounded individual who's got a good project. And I hope it comes to fruition. You know, I hope one day I get to see myself on YouTube going, I remember when I was sitting there. And I'm kind of paralyzed, truthfully. You know, I had $15,000 is a lot of money to me right now, and the basic requirement of getting an ID in order to receive that money from the government, I couldn't even achieve. I passed up 15 grand because I couldn't get a fucking $20 ID from the registry. That's pretty
timing, bro.
Yeah, and I wanted that money. You know what I mean? That just gives you an idea of how difficult and how expensive it is to be poor. I couldn't get a $25 ID from the registry to get myself 15 grand. Free money from Uncle Sam.
But then is it free if you gotta pay $20 to get that, $25 to get that ID? Then it's not free.
Even with it's just kind of, my point is that such a simple, basic thing for someone who's, you know, lives a normal, everyday, what the American dream life is supposed to be about. You know, wake up, eat breakfast, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep. You know, that whole lifestyle, it's very easy to get an ID. It's very easy to go to the registry and get a replacement, or to do it online. For me, it was apparently impossible. Could not be done.
Don't worry, man. Like, some point is like good.
I can't. I'd never sleep.
Because, you know, this is only now, but with the kind of mentality and drive that you sound like you have, like, this is not forever. This is not the rest of your life. Like, you gonna pull yourself out this shit.
If I live,
you got to.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I could have my opinion thoughts on answers. Whatever this is gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it, man. Like you said, it takes a lot of failures to get to bigger success. Fucking without all my failures, I wouldn't have mustered up the courage to just buy myself a camera with my little money from a bullshit, you know. I mean, I wouldn't say bullshit, but it was just such like a short-lived opportunity that got cut even shorter by COVID. But, you know, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope you take, you know, the advice that you were receiving from the young man over there, who's having the other biography done. I hope you take his advice seriously, because it can be dangerous out here, and I don't want to see you on the news. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Be smart, you know.
Yeah.
And if you need anything, and I can help, ask. If I can help, I will.
Sounds good.